Hello, it's Miss Heather, piano and voice teacher here at Conservatory of the Ozarks, and I'm here with
Marisa, a student here at Conservatory of the Ozarks.
And Marisa is also an apprentice piano teacher here, so she has a few of her own little students. And we are talking today in Marisa's lesson about how your fingernails should be when you play the piano, which a lot of people don't know about when they start piano lessons. And then you have to have uncomfortable conversations with your students, especially if you have someone about Marisa's age, a high school female student. She'll come in to the lesson, and it's like the week of prom, and she has a beautiful manicure with acrylic nails, and you're like, oh no, this has to stop. And so that's always tricky. So when you play piano, you want to have nails that look like Marisa's. Very
All
short.
natural.
Yeah, natural, very short. I mean, you can paint them.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's good.
But, so when Marisa puts her fingers on the keys, she can stay right up on the tip of her fingers. You can see right on the tip, not on the pad like that.
No.
Bad finger, yes. Up on the tip, and she has a firm knuckle here and a firm knuckle here, and she's got her lift under the arch here. So it looks like you're holding a bubble in your hand, and your wrists are not drooping, but they're a little bit up like that. That's so nice. The problems that usually happen with a hand shape are either a squishy knuckle where this caves in, but this is still curved, like a squishy. Yep, yuck. Oh my goodness, I can't stand to see it. The other thing that goes wrong is if this knuckle goes flat, then you have flat fingers, which is really bad.
No.
So, if you have somebody like me who is a big hypocrite and is always yelling at her students to keep their nails short, but then she comes in with nails like this. These are not good nails for a piano teacher. Marisa knows because I've got onto her for her nails before, and they're not good for a student either. But I just got engaged and have my engagement pictures, so I had to have something
That's
a little.
the only exception.
yeah, that is. And it's really not, because then you can't play anything for your students. Now here's the reason why. You saw how nicely Marisa's fingers were. I obviously cannot put the tips of my fingers on the piano. These nails push your fingers backwards so that you have to be on the pads. And look at your knuckles. There's no way you can keep them curved if you're on the pads of your fingers instead of on your fingertips. And then look at your wrist. It's down. And so you have to play like this. I've had to do it a few times recently.
Bad.
It is really bad.
It's hard.
And so, one, if you're a little older than Marisa, like more like me, in your 30s or something, this will make your hand hurt before very long. And it will make you make mistakes, because the other thing that happens is, see, your nail will catch black key because your finger is way longer than it normally is. And even if your nails are not so extreme like this, because everything I do has to be like over the top, I guess. So if I get nails, I get some nails. Like, look how long these are. Yeah. It's ridiculous for anybody, not even just musicians. But it, even just a little bit over the fingertip, it will do the same thing as these to some extent. It will push your fingers backwards so you can't maintain that rounded shape. So I always try to keep so you don't see any white. You know how you see the white, like this white, but like there's a tiny half moon of white on the top. Like, see, Marisa has like
Just
a tiny bit.
But not enough.
Yeah, not too bad, because see, it doesn't come over the tip. Now, and everybody's fingernails and nail beds are a little different. So for me, I usually try to keep the white out, because once the white starts to show, it comes over my fingertips pretty fast, I think. But not everybody's like that. So
Mine grows super short.
if you care about having pretty hands, especially while you're playing the piano, which I do think matters, people are looking at your hands, taking pictures of your hands. I would suggest keep them very short, but do a manicure. Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Get shellac
Yeah.
or whatever, and then your hands will look nice.
And wear some nice rings, too.
Yeah. I don't like wearing rings when I play, but if it doesn't bother you.
It doesn't bother me for some reason.
Or
I don't think about
bracelets.
it. Oh, yeah, I don't like bracelets. It always,
I can't stand.
makes a noise. Yeah.
I almost lost my rings when I was in college because I would always take them off when I was in the practice room, but fortunately somebody was nice and returned them to me.
Aw.
So if you can get in the habit of playing with rings, that's good. But anyways,
Yeah.
would you say anything else about fingernails?
I don't think so. I think you pretty much covered everything.
You also want your nails to be clean if
Yeah.
they aren't painted, like if you're a guy and you never paint them, because people will be, looking at your hands when you're playing at a recital or something, and you don't want to have any dirt showing. That's so gross. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Nail tips, pro nail tips.
Yes.
Thumbs up for fingernails.